Hello and welcome to the Dragon Den. I'm King of Dragons 5000 and today we have another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the Loose Collector Legacy series, La Muerta. As with most of their figures, Loose Collector has done a great job here with La Muerta. Unlike other figures that we've had a look at, she isn't wearing revealing clothing, but I really like her outfit. And there's a lot of new tooling here on La Muerta that we have to talk about. For her accessories, La Muerta does come with several sets of hands for style posing and holding your weapons. She comes with a pair of dual handguns as well as a Bowie knife. She also has two semi-automatic rifles as well as a long rifle. Loose Collector has done an amazing job here with La Muerta, giving her such an amazing costume. There's something simplistic in its design, but there's also a lot of details to go over. La Muerta has an amazing face sculpt which is quite beautiful, and I love the paintwork that they put onto her face paint. Mimicking a candy skull, Loose Collector has actually done an amazing job replicating that feel of the candy skull and putting it on her makeup. The red lips look amazing and all the line work going through her face is well done. I even love how dramatic Loose Collector has sculpted her hair. And like with all the other figures, her hair actually has some impressive shading to it. As far as her outfit goes, she is wearing a black crop top which looks good, and you can see it's painted as a skeleton. The paintwork on the bones are actually done really nicely and they're very clean. It's quite impressive to see bones like the collarbone and the ribs painted very cleanly, and the spine on her back looks really good. The bone motif continues onto her sleeves, where we do have those painted bones on her sleeves as well. And just like with her body, the paintwork on her arms is done very well. On her elbows we do have a set of combat elbow pads which do look good, and they do have some impressive detailing to them. The silver on the pad looks good, and they do have silver buckles. Going down to her hand, she is wearing a pair of fingerless gloves. The detailing on the glove is actually done very well, where we do have the strap connecting it as well as the back of her hand exposed. Around her waist, La Muerta is wearing a battle belt which has some surprising detail to it. Her pouches are sculpted very nicely, and I love the fact that each pouch has a button painted on it. On the back you can see that she does have a spot for her Bowie knife as well as holsters for her dual pistols. And Loose Collector has done a really good job giving her a very shapely body. As we go down to her legs, she is wearing a pair of black tights, where once again we're greeted with that skeleton motif. The paint job on the bones is still very clean, and I have no issues on mine. As we get to her knees, you can see she is wearing some combat knee pads which once again carry over that silver paint. And then she has these very intricate combat boots which look really good, and I like the fact that Loose Collector actually painted the buckles on the side. The sculpt work on her boots is very clean, and I love the detailing on the studs on the tip of her toes. So overall, some really good paint and sculpted detailing here on La Muerta. I really like the fact that her knee pads and elbow pads are nicely sculpted, and her battle belt is very good. With her paint and details out of the way, let's compare La Muerta to our usual suspects. As you can see, La Muerta is going to fit into most 6-inch toy lines, as she is going to scale very nicely with domestic lines. However, she will be slightly too tall for true 1/12 scale, but she will fit in nicely with the rest of your Loose Collector action figures. Having a look at our articulation, La Muerta does have a double ball joint in her head. Arms go out to the side and do a full 360. A swivel in the bicep and double hinges in her elbow. Basic hinge and swivel at her wrist. La Muerta does have a double ball joint in her midsection. Her legs do kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. She has a double bend in the knee. She will have a swivel at her boot, a hinge in the ankle, and forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, the standard articulation, we've gone from Loose Collector, and La Muerta benefits from having nothing hindering any of her articulation. Everything works perfectly on this figure, and I think she could have benefited from having a butterfly joint. But overall, she still has some great articulation, so with everything said and done about the La Muerta, let's get her posed for my final thoughts. La Muerta is a great addition to any collection, especially if you're a fan of Loose Collector. They've done a great job capturing her from the comics and bringing her into action figure form, and I have to say this is probably my favorite look for the character. Everything comes together very nicely here on La Muerta, from the way she's painted all the way down to the sculpt on her body. I do like the fact that they were a little more conservative when sculpting La Muerta. As you can see, she does look like she's actually wearing a full suit. But she still has a very attractive body, which looks very good, and I do commend Loose Collector for giving their female figures such shapely bodies. And one thing I love about La Muerta is her accessories. She does come with probably the most accessories we've seen out of a Loose Collector set. 2 handguns, 2 assault rifles, a long rifle, and a knife, as well as her battle belt. She does come with plenty of accessories. It might be asking a little too much, but I would have loved to see an alternate head and maybe a hairpiece where her hair is a little more relaxed. She does have a very nice feel to her, and with All Souls Day and Day of the Dead approaching us, it felt right to review this figure. If you are looking to pick up La Muerta, she is still available on Big Bad Toy Store, where I did pick mine up for about $75. If you're a fan of Coffin Comics and a fan of La Muerta, or just like her overall feel, you definitely have to pick up this figure. Before we wrap up this video, I want to take a moment to thank everybody for taking the time out of their day and watching another video here on the Dragon Den. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my Loose Collector reviews. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon, where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000, reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.